Have you ever felt that your body is quietly changing in ways you can't quite explain? Sometimes it's not pain, not illness, just subtle signs that feel different. As we grow older, our bodies begin to speak to us more clearly if we know how to listen. In today's world of senior health and senior wellness, many people focus only on staying active or eating well. But true senior wisdom also means recognizing the body's deeper signals. Some changes are gentle and natural. Others may be important messages asking for our attention. Today, we'll walk through 7 signs the body may show as life enters a more fragile stage. This is not about fear, it's about awareness, calm understanding, and compassion. As you listen, take a quiet moment to reflect on your own body or on someone you love. By the end of this video, you won't just gain information, you'll gain clarity, perspective, and a gentler way to care, guided by senior wisdom and respect for life's natural rhythm. Let's begin together. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs the body may be entering a fragile stage is rapid, unexplained weight loss. This is not the kind of weight change that comes from dieting or being more active. It happens quietly, sometimes without the person even noticing it first. Clothes begin to feel looser. Rings slip more easily off the fingers. Friends or family may gently say, "You look thinner," even though nothing has changed in daily habits. Here's the important part many people don't realize. As we age, the body's ability to absorb nutrients can decline. The digestive system slows. Muscles break down faster than they rebuild. In senior health research today, doctors now recognize that unintentional weight loss in older adults is often linked to reduced protein absorption, chronic inflammation, or underlying organ stress, not willpower or poor eating choices. This is where senior wisdom matters. It's not about forcing food or pushing the body harder. It's about understanding what the body is signaling. Often, this weight loss comes with a noticeable drop in appetite. Foods that once brought comfort may no longer appeal. Even favorite meals may taste different or feel heavy after just a few bites. This is part of the body conserving energy as systems slow down. Here's another moment to pause and reflect. When weight loss appears suddenly and without effort, it's the body shifting its focus from strength to survival. For families, this change can be deeply emotional. A daughter in Oregon once shared how she watched her father's frame grow smaller week by week. Despite her best efforts to cook nourishing meals, what helped most was not more food, but understanding, patience, and compassion. Modern senior wellness care emphasizes comfort, dignity, and emotional presence over resistance. Recognizing this sign early allows families to respond gently, focusing on quality of life rather than control. This awareness is not meant to bring fear. It offers clarity, calm, and a wiser way to care. Have you ever noticed a kind of tiredness that sleep no longer fixes? Not the usual fatigue after a busy day, but a deep exhaustion that settles into the body and never truly leaves. Persistent and extreme fatigue is one of the most telling signs that the body may be under serious strain. For many seniors, this fatigue arrives quietly. Simple activities, standing up, walking across the room, even holding a conversation begin to feel overwhelming. Recent senior health studies show that this level of exhaustion is often linked to reduced oxygen delivery, declining heart efficiency, hormonal imbalance, and chronic low-grade inflammation that increases with age. In other words, the body is working harder just to perform basic functions. This is where senior wisdom becomes essential. Pushing through exhaustion may feel brave, but it often leads to faster decline. True senior wellness means recognizing when rest is not laziness, but a biological necessity. You may notice longer periods of sleep during the day, followed by restless nights. The body's internal clock shifts as energy reserves shrink. Mentally, this fatigue can cloud thinking. Seniors may struggle to focus, respond more slowly, or lose interest in conversations they once enjoyed. A retired teacher named Margaret from British Columbia once described it as feeling awake, but not fully present. For families, this change can be confusing or even painful. It may seem like withdrawal or loss of motivation, but in reality, the body is conserving energy for vital organs, like the heart and brain. Modern research in aging now emphasizes that extreme fatigue is not just physical it is deeply connected to emotional and neurological load. Here is the crucial insight many families miss. Supporting seniors during this stage is not about stimulation or encouragement to stay busy, but about creating calm, predictable, and emotionally safe environments. Gentle presence, simple routines, and reassurance often restore more comfort than activity ever could. Understanding this sign allows seniors and their loved ones to respond with patience, dignity, and compassion, guided by wisdom, not fear. Have you ever noticed your breathing changing, even when you are resting? Not after exercise, not during stress, just a quiet shift that feels unfamiliar. Changes in breathing are one of the most visible signs that the body may be under deeper strain. Some seniors notice shortness of breath while sitting still, needing to pause mid-sentence. Others experience longer gaps between breaths, or a pattern that alternates between shallow breathing and deeper gasps. Here is something important many people don't realize. As we age, the lungs lose elasticity, chest muscles weaken, and oxygen exchange becomes less efficient. In senior health research today, these changes are often linked to reduced lung capacity, heart strain, and changes in how the brain regulates breathing, especially during advanced aging or serious illness. This is where senior wisdom helps us respond calmly instead of with fear. For loved ones, breathing changes can be frightening to witness. A son in Michigan once shared how he panicked when his mother's breathing sounded irregular at night. What reassured him was learning that these patterns are often the body's natural way of adjusting as energy reserves decline. Another key insight to remember: not all breathing changes are painful or distressing for the person experiencing them, even if they appear alarming to others. Circulation may also shift at this stage. Hands and feet can feel cooler. Lips or fingertips may take on a bluish tone, as blood flow is redirected toward vital organs. Modern senior wellness care emphasizes comfort over correction. Gentle positioning, calm surroundings, and a steady, reassuring presence often help more than interventions. Slow breathing is the body conserving energy, not signaling panic. When we understand this, our response changes. Instead of fear, we offer patience. Instead of urgency, we bring peace. Recognizing breathing changes with knowledge and compassion allows seniors and families to move through this stage with dignity, trust, and respect for the body's natural rhythm, guided by senior health understanding rather than anxiety. Have you noticed someone you love becoming quieter, turning away from conversations they once enjoyed? This shift can feel sudden and deeply personal, but it often isn't. Withdrawal from social interaction is a common and meaningful sign when the body and mind begin conserving energy. Seniors who once welcomed visits may now prefer shorter conversations, quieter rooms, or simply resting alone. Here's what many families don't realize: this change is not rejection, depression, or loss of affection. In current senior health research, social withdrawal is frequently linked to neurological fatigue, reduced sensory tolerance, and changes in brain chemistry that make stimulation feel overwhelming. As hearing, vision, and processing speed decline, social engagement can require enormous effort. This is where senior wisdom guides our response. Instead of urging conversation or activity, true senior wellness focuses on presence without pressure. A calm voice, a gentle touch, or sitting together in silence often provides more comfort than words. You may notice longer periods of sleep, less interest in television or hobbies, and a turning inward that feels unfamiliar. This inward focus is often the mind preparing for rest, not the heart closing off from loved ones. A grandfather named Thomas in rural Vermont once shared that he felt most at peace when visitors simply sat nearby without asking questions. Modern geriatric studies support this experience, showing that overstimulation can increase stress hormones in frail seniors, while predictable, low-demand interactions promote calm and emotional safety. Withdrawal can also reflect shifting priorities. As energy wanes, seniors naturally choose meaning over activity, connection over conversation, Being present without expectations honors dignity and autonomy. When families understand this sign, fear softens into compassion. Instead of feeling pushed away, they recognize a quieter form of closeness. Responding with patience, respect, and steady reassurance allows seniors to feel supported on their own terms, guided by senior health understanding, senior wellness principles, and the quiet strength of wisdom. Have you noticed meals becoming smaller, slower, or quietly unfinished? A gradual decline in appetite and thirst is one of the clearest changes as the body shifts priorities. Seniors who once enjoyed regular meals may now take only a few bites, or sip water and then stop. Here's what many families don't realize. This is rarely stubbornness or giving up. In current senior health research, reduced hunger and thirst often reflect a slowing digestive system, changes in gut-brain signaling, and lower metabolic demand. As organs work less efficiently, the body naturally asks for less fuel. This is where senior wisdom reframes care. The goal gently moves from nourishing for strength to supporting comfort. Taste and smell can fade, swallowing may feel tiring, and fullness can arrive quickly. Forcing meals can increase discomfort, nausea, or anxiety. Comfort does not mean neglect. Modern senior wellness guidance emphasizes small, frequent offerings, soft textures, favorite flavors, and flexible timing over rigid meal plans. Hydration, too, changes. Thirst signals weaken, even when the mouth feels dry. Instead of insisting on full glasses, simple comforts, ice chips, moistened lips, warm tea sips often bring relief without strain. A caregiver named Elena in coastal Maine shared that her mother relaxed once pressure around eating was removed. Quiet companionship replaced the struggle at the table. At this stage, emotional nourishment matters as much as calories. Calm presence, reassurance, and respect restore dignity. Recognizing this shift helps families let go of guilt and respond with compassion. By honoring the body's cues, seniors are supported in a way that aligns with senior health understanding, prioritizing ease, peace, and quality of life over quantity. Have you noticed changes in the skin that seem to appear almost overnight? As the body enters a more fragile stage, the skin and circulation often reveal what is happening inside. Seniors may notice hands and feet feeling cooler, even in warm rooms. Skin color can shift, becoming pale, bluish, or blotchy, especially around the fingers, toes, knees, and elbows. These changes are not cosmetic problems. Modern aging research shows they are closely linked to slowing circulation, reduced cardiac output, and the body's decision to direct blood toward vital organs like the heart and brain. As a result, the extremities receive less warmth and oxygen. Skin may also become thinner, drier, and more fragile. Bruising can occur more easily, and small wounds may heal slowly. For many seniors, this can be surprising or even alarming. This is where senior wisdom helps us respond with understanding instead of alarm. Another change families often notice is a marbled or mottled pattern on the skin. Current senior wellness care recognizes this as a sign that circulation is becoming uneven as energy reserves decline. While it may look concerning, it is often not painful. What matters most now is comfort. Warm blankets, soft clothing, gentle touch, and avoiding unnecessary pressure can make a meaningful difference. A nurse named Claire in southern England once shared that patients appeared calmer and more at ease when warmth and reassurance were prioritized over constant monitoring. The goal at this stage shifts, not to correct what we see on the skin, but to support how the person feels within their body. When families understand that these changes reflect the body's natural redistribution of energy, fear gives way to compassion. By responding with patience, warmth, and respect, we help seniors feel safe and cared for, guided by wisdom, not urgency. Have you ever noticed someone drifting in and out of awareness, as if they are slowly turning inward? Withdrawal, combined with decreased awareness, is one of the clearest signs that the body and mind are preparing for a final transition. Seniors may respond less to conversation, speak fewer words, or seem distant even when loved ones are nearby. This can be deeply emotional to witness. Here is the important truth. This is not a loss of love or connection. Current research in end-of-life and senior wellness care shows that as energy declines, The brain reduces outward focus to conserve resources. Sleep becomes more frequent. Awareness gently narrows. Some seniors may appear confused at times, or speak about people and places from the past. This reflects changes in brain chemistry, reduced oxygen delivery, and the natural shifting of consciousness. This is where senior wisdom invites us to let go of expectations. Conversations may no longer follow logic. Responses may slow or fade. What matters most is presence. A calm voice, familiar sounds, or simply holding a hand can provide reassurance, even when words no longer register. A family caregiver named Daniel in Northern California shared that his mother seemed most peaceful when he stopped asking questions and simply sat beside her. Modern senior wellness guidance emphasizes that hearing is often one of the last senses to diminish. Gentle words of comfort, spoken with love, can still be felt even when there is no visible response. The goal now is not engagement, but peace. When families understand this stage, fear softens into acceptance. Instead of trying to pull a loved one back into awareness, they learn to accompany them with dignity and calm. Responding with patience, warmth, and quiet respect allows seniors to feel safe as they prepare for the final chapter, guided not by urgency, but by compassion, understanding, and the quiet strength of wisdom. As we reflect on these signs together, remember this: the body has its own quiet wisdom. What we've shared today is not meant to create fear, but understanding guided by elderly wisdom and respect for life's natural rhythm. When we see these changes through a senior healthy perspective, we learn to respond with patience, presence, and compassion. If something today felt familiar, take a moment to reflect or share your thoughts below. Your experience may help someone else feel less alone. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and stay with us. We're here to support you with calm guidance and understanding every step of the way.